News 25 is brought to you by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrumps optometrist since 1990, offering full spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-990 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight, a former sheriff candidate is arrested, and a new resident receives a poor welcome to Pahrump. News 25 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
An alleged victim says a man who she tried to get help from assaulted her. It's Monday, January 7th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. A former candidate for Nye County Sheriff and co-host of a former show here at KPVM TV has been arrested in connection to an alleged rape. However, that's not what the detectives arrested the suspect for. Champion tells News 25 that the arrest is retaliation for his campaign for sheriff. Dave Champion has been arrested for involuntary servitude and coercion. According to the Nye County Sheriff's Office declaration of arrest, a Nye County inmate here at the detention center reported that his wife said that she was sexually assaulted by Dave Champion. The conversation between the inmate and the alleged victim was digitally recorded during a video visitation. Detectives then made contact with the alleged victim, who said that Dave Champion had come over to her residence to drop off paperwork, and that's when the sexual assault allegedly occurred. Champion, she says, was hired as a consultant on her husband's criminal case, and there is text messages between her and Champion talking about the incident as well as him helping her get off of drugs. The victim described the incident to police and also said that Champion had held a gun in his hand and forced her into a room. The report also shows text messages between Champion and the alleged victim describing the incident. Champion spoke to Vernon Van Winkle while in the detention center to get his side of the story.
This kind of trumped-up nonsense taking good, law-abiding citizens of Nye County and shielding them over political issues is exactly why I ran for sheriff in the last race. This is what happens when people choose to continue with the corrupt sheriff in office.
And there may be some hope concerning negotiations for trade with China. Angela Miles reports.
Topping our news, trade talks with China are expected to get underway this week in Beijing. This will be the first formal round of negotiations since President Trump and President Xi Jinping agreed to a truce at the G20 summit. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell plans to keep his job. At the American Economics Association meeting on Friday, Powell told reporters he will not resign if asked to leave by President Trump. The president has made it clear in tweets that he does not want the Fed raising rates. Powell indicated Friday that he will remain patient and flexible with rate hikes. Lowe's is ready to restructure. The home improvement retailer plans to bulk up by adding more than 65,000 people this year. The DIY chain will discontinue its specialist interiors program while focusing on retail fundamentals such as customer service. The shares have tumbled about 15% just in the past 3 months.
And the occupants of a car that caught fire luckily got out in time. Traffic was diverted around a fully engulfed car fire Saturday afternoon on Highway 160 approaching Mountain Springs. Firefighters from Station 79 responded and were able to extinguish the blaze, which appears to be caused from a mechanical issue. Las Vegas Metro Police responded to the incident. No injuries were reported. And more news right after this break.
You're watching KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Senate Democrats will try to block action on a bill concerning sanctions on Syria when it comes up for a vote on Tuesday in an effort to keep the focus on the government shutdown. Over the weekend, two Democratic senators who represent thousands of furloughed federal government workers first publicly raised the idea of blocking bills on the floor to raise the political stakes on President Donald Trump and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, who is refusing to put any government funding bills on the floor unless Trump supports them. The government partially shut down late last year following a lapse in funding for 25% of the federal government, largely over Trump's demand for $5 billion for his border wall. Democrats have refused to budge on Trump's demands, despite talks throughout the weekend aimed at reopening the government. Well, a new resident in town who is starting a business and building a home is the victim of a theft. We caught up with Oliver Valdez at the property of his future home on Winery Road, who says he did his own investigating and knows who did it.
I've been here probably about a week and a half. I moved down here to build on this lot, and I moved my flatbed with a lot of my equipment and two quads, a 660 blue Raptor and a 250 white Suzuki, and I parked in the very far corner, and December 30th, it came up missing, taken, right from the lot.
How much is all those items valued at?
Probably about $10,000.
Wow. With
two quads, a trailer, and a lot of the equipment, construction equipment that was taken. You're looking at probably about $10,000 worth. So I've gotten a few good tips. I've been told that a gentleman named by Jeff that drives a white rodeo, black rims. It's one of those older vehicle that he's the one that loaded everything up, hooked it up to his vehicle and took off with it.
Give a description to everybody of what these quads look like.
Okay, the blue one is a 660 Raptor. It's a 2001. It has a blown rear end. It's a bent axle. It's a great, in great shape, but it needs some work. Yeah. And then the Suzuki 250, that's a great running little quad that my grandchildren and I have always gone for rides.
You also had a dog run, or?
Yes, it was also with, I had some wrought iron fence that's power-coated brown to make a dog run out of it, and that was 7 panels on that trailer.
So right now, the Nye County Sheriff's Office is investigating this. If you have any leads, would you like people to contact you or the Sheriff's Office?
You know, they can contact me at 702-883-7557. If they feel comfortable to go contact the Sheriff's Department, that'd be awesome.
What do you have to say to the thieves out there, and how could they return it if they wanted to, or if a person wanted to anonymously return this to you? What do you recommend?
You know, if they could just bring back the trailer, the quads, everything that doesn't belong to them, and, you know, we don't have to make eye contact, and just call it a day. You go on your own. I'll just leave me alone. I'll leave you alone.
Yeah. Well, today at noon, Nevada's 30th governor, Steve Sisolak, was sworn into office on the steps of the Nevada State Capitol building in Carson City. Sisolak is Nevada's first Democratic governor in almost 20 years. He beat Adam Laxalt, the former attorney general, in the general election and has spent years as a Clark County commissioner. And today, the state's first African-American attorney general, Aaron D. Ford, was sworn in at the Capitol building as well. Ford is the 34th AG. News 25 will return after this break.
News 25 is brought to you by William H. Jackson Injury Attorneys. Injured? Get Bill and Robin, your local injury attorneys.
Well, Highway 160 blasting resumes this Thursday, January 10th at 12:45 in the afternoon near Mount Potosi Road in Clark County. Motorists can still expect up to a 2-hour delay. The blasting is part of an almost $60 million highway widening project and upgrade scheduled to be completed in the fall. Well, Petey is named after a dog on the Little Rascals TV show. He is featured in today's Save a Pet from Desert Haven.
Save a Pet is sponsored by Jim Marsh Automotive, Las Vegas.
Located at Desert Haven Animal Society, Petey is an American Staffordshire Terrier. He is a male dog, about medium-sized, and is white with brown spots on his body and has an adorable brow on his right eye. Petey was brought in as a stray and has a very bold and also very loving disposition. If you are interested in adopting a pet, Petey is looking for his forever home, so please give Desert Haven a call at 775-751-7020. They are located off of City Lane behind the Nye County Courthouse. You can look them up on Facebook at Desert Haven Animal Society, or you can check them out on the web at deserthavenas.org. This is Peyton Kingston reporting for News 25.
Well, he is a cutie. Disneyland has raised its prices ahead of its hotly anticipated Star Wars attraction opening this summer. The average price is 8%, but can go up to 25%. The one-day adult peak ticket price rose from $135 to $149, while the price of a one-day regular ticket, which blocks out some dates, rose from $117 to $129. The price of a one-day value ticket, which blocks out even more dates, rose from $97 to $104. We're going to go outside and take a look on our weather cam and look at the stars and all the lights out there. It's beautiful. We'll have Michael Donahue here in just a moment to give us our weather forecast.
You're watching KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Hello and welcome back to News 25. I'm Michael Donahue with today's highs. In Pahrump, 54 degrees, Amargosa, 52, up at 64 in Death Valley, back down at 48 in Beatty, 41 in Goldfield and Tonopah, and 49 and 45 in Fallon and Fernley. For tonight, 48 degrees in Death Valley, down to 40 in Pahrump, 39 in Amargosa, 36 in Beatty, 28 in Goldfield and Tonopah, and 30 and 31 in Fallon and Fernley. Tonight in Pahrump, partly cloudy skies, a low of 40 degrees, our average is 32. Sunset at 4:44 p.m. Winds out of the east-northeast at 6 miles per hour, gusts up to 8, and 78% humidity. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies, a high of 56, a low of 40. Our UV index is at 2. Sunrise at 6:55 a.m. Winds out of the south-southeast at 8 miles per hour with 17 mile per hour gusts, and our humidity at 64%. Looking at our 7-day, a lot of rain, no, not a lot of rain, I'm sorry, a lot of clouds with the chances of rain all throughout the week. Just that we're expecting a lot of pop-up showers and some rain tonight, although we don't know exactly when and where. And so just watch out for those slippery conditions because they will be coming. For temperatures, we're just going to see not a whole bunch has changed since last week. We're seeing a lot of 50 and 60 degree weather all week. And our overnights are still going to be messing around in those high 30s to low 40s. So not too much has really changed temperature-wise. So with that, we throw it back to the desk with Deanna.
Thanks, Michael. Well, that wraps up Monday's edition of News 25 from all of us here at KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio, 103.1 FM. We'll see you back here tomorrow. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Good night.